Next on our Saturday morning training is Dr. Larry Martin, and he is a master researcher and understanding how our products work in the body. He's the one that really delves into each new product and what the ingredients are and how they work and the benefits. And he can take all that science knowledge in his brain and chunk it down into a very understandable and relatable conversation for the layperson, which I absolutely love. So with that, Dr. Larry will be talking about Optimend.
Well, good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be with you again this beautiful Saturday morning, at least here in Oregon it is. We're going to talk about Optimend today. And so today we're going to be a little bit shorter than typical. I'm only going to try to give you some ideas of key issues of what this product does and why it does it. And hopefully you'll be able to pick up a few catchphrases that you can use as you're describing the product. You can always go back to a specialist and ask for more information. If you need me to assist you with something, I'm always available to do that. But for you, you just need to know these buzzwords. So let's go to the first slide. So Optimend is a powerful formula, and it really is. It's patent pending, has breakthrough technology. These are things that you need to tell people. It approaches management of inflammation in a two-prong approach, and occasionally it manages both occasional and chronic inflammation, and it reduces minor aches and pains. Now, that's what they say in the literature, but I can assure you, just from being a chronic pain sufferer myself, it does a lot more than just dealing with minor aches and pains. And it also, this product with these ingredients supports joint mobility and flexibility. So anybody that has concerns with arthritis in the fingers, hands, hand joints, elbows, knees, all of that is managed quite nicely with this product. Let's go to the next slide. So this is a solution that really attacks this. Again, it's talking low-level inflammation and acute pain, but it really deals with inflammation on a more systemic basis, not just in isolated areas. If you're familiar with how inflammation occurs in the body, maybe you bump your elbow as you're working on something and you get immediate pain in that location. That's really the cells communicating with the brain to turn on the defenses to reduce that inflammation. And it does it by sending a larger amount of blood flow into that region to combat that inflammation. But often in today's society, we're dealing with more than just a bump in the elbow. We're dealing with 24/7 inflammation that is systemic. And this particular product, when taken on a daily basis, really manages that systemic inflammation quite nicely. So inflammation is part of the body's natural defense system, and occurs when the body combats viruses and bacteria and injuries. So we're hearing a lot of stories about viruses. I was telling someone the other day, almost on a daily basis, I want to pull my shoes off and throw them in at the TV as I listen to these network expert medical doctors going through all the list of symptoms of this particular virus on the market today, and yet none of them are giving everyone solutions to what they can do about those symptoms. And certainly Optimend is an incredible product that would work nicely with those people that are dealing with this particular virus. So the next slide here is, so tetrahydrocurcumin is one of the primary ingredients in this. If you know turmeric, you know there's several stages of extract that comes out of the turmeric root. Curcumin is one of them, and that's probably one of the most popular supplements on the market today. But what you need to know is curcumin as itself and turmeric as itself are very difficult to get the body to absorb. Once the body does absorb, it really breaks it down to what we're using, which is the tetrahydrocurcumin. Only we're doing it at the lab level. We're extracting that tetrahydrocurcumin out of the turmeric and curcumin extracts and giving you something in this particular product that is very bioabsorbable. And then the other product in this is Boswellia serrata, which is also known as Indian frankincense. It too is an anti-inflammatory, antioxidant product. Both of these together, research is indicating that they both work well independently, but they work much better when you can combine the two together. Again, these products have been using in medicines for literally centuries as powerful anti-inflammatories, and the effects of their strong antioxidant abilities as well. Let's go to the next slide. So first of all, let's talk a little bit about what tetrahydrocurcumin does. It is the most powerful metabolite out of the curcumin family, and it's does so with great efficiency. It's biologically active and may be responsible for some of the pharmacology attributes of curcumin itself. But I've read studies that talk about how much of tetrahydrocurcumin is absorbed into the body from curcumin itself. There was one study I just read a few nights ago that looked at a number of commercial available curcumin products, and they ran them through tests with people that were taking them and found that almost all of the ones that they looked at in the study didn't go as far as to identify the products they were using, but they said almost all of them produced zero absorption of this tetrahydrocurcumin extract. So if that's the case, we know that that's happening because of its lack of absorption into the body. So we have a product that we're giving the pure tetrahydrocurcumin. Not only that, and I'm going to talk about this a little bit further in this talk, the fact that it's encapsulated in this molecular encapsulation process just gives it a cleaner presentation when it does reach the gut for bioavailability. So tetrahydrocurcumin is known because it fights inflammation, it stimulates antioxidant responses, it fights degenerative brain processes. It's beneficial in effects in heart disease, and it treats symptoms of arthritis and alleviates symptoms of depression as well. If you think about where these particular benefits are happening, they're throughout the body. And that's what I mean when I talk about this is a systemic product. It means that once you take it, it's going to all directions of the body. It's going to help inflammation at the heart. It's going to help inflammation at the brain, in the kidneys, in the liver, throughout your vascular system. Is going to be benefited by the effects of reducing inflammation and also reducing oxidative stress. Let's go to the next slide. So Boswellia serrata does very similar effects as the tetrahydrocurcumin. It's great with arthritis. It's great for rheumatoid arthritis and osteoarthritis. It's great for asthma because, again, we're looking at an inflammation-based disorder. So if we can reduce inflammation, then asthma is improved. It works wonderfully for headaches, again, inflammation-based. There's studies that talk about its anti-cancer effect in helping and reducing brain tumors. It works with inflammatory bowel disease, the key word being inflammatory. Because it's an anti-inflammatory product, it's going to reduce any inflammation. In this case, we're talking about IBD or IBS. It's a beneficial for ulcerative colitis, which again, and also Crohn's disease, which is a secondary stage of colitis. Again, because these are inflammatory types of diseases, those are the ones that you can expect to see benefit when you're using this particular product. Let's go to the next slide. And here's the key. And people, maybe most of us understand this, but when you're talking to a new person that is considering taking this product, we really need to spend some time focusing on why this Psylocke Dex Key technology is important. First of all, we know that these products are very have a history of knowledge to those who have researched, and that they don't absorb well. Well, this is the key reason why our product is so much better than anything else on the market, is because we're giving a dose in this product that is not being affected by the stomach acids. It's not going to be degraded because of it's going through a process within those acids that deteriorate the effectiveness of the ingredients. It's going to bypass that. It's going to get into the gut system, where when it is released as part of this Dex Key portion of it, now the whole dose is there to be absorbed. So the bioavailability of our product exceeds anything that's on the market today. So we do need to spend a little time saying, listen, this process encapsulates each molecule independently, and it allows it to get to the stomach system and to the gut, where it's finally released in its entirety. So the whole dose is there, and because we're using the ingredients we're using, the tetrahydrocurcumin, the most absorbable of the curcumin products, you're going to get the full dose and the strength of what this product's designed to give to prevent and reduce that inflammation. So let's close this out with the next slide in summary. So we know that these herbs are well researched. You can go on PubMed and type in tetrahydrocurcumin, and you're going to get a boatload of research studies fly up. You can type in Boswellia serrata and the same thing. So they're not just herbs that we've been talking about for centuries. They're herbs that researchers and scientists are now talking about their benefits and how they can influence the overall health of patients. We know that this particular combination, when we're dealing with inflammation, we're dealing with pain issues, is far better preference than using NSAIDs, which we now understand has some pretty serious side effects over long-term use. And if you have arthritis, you understand that that's a long-term disability. If you're using NSAIDs, you're going to be using them for a long period of time. So you may be helping a problem today, but creating more problems in the future. You're not going to have that if you can take this particular product over taking those NSAIDs. Optimend covers a host of anti-inflammatory health concerns when used long-term. So once you have it in the body, you are constantly allowing this product to be able to help reduce inflammation throughout the body. And when I start getting into talking about NRF2 products, I'm going to tell you why that's important in supporting the effects of NRF2 upregulation. So it's the best product in efficacy, again, due to our patent-pending Psylocke Dex Key delivery system. That molecular encapsulation is so important that makes this product and also the Link product as powerful as they are. And then again, because of that, you have that increased bioavailability, meaning that the product's going to be absorbed in its entirety, in its full dose, and you're going to get the strength of the product when you utilize it with this type of encapsulation process. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I tell you, maybe I'll end this with just simply saying I've been researching the NRF2 product that we're using down in Mexico here just recently, and I'll be talking about it next week. I'm going to give some bullet points on it, but oh my gosh, you're gonna enjoy what I have to say in the future. So that's it. Thank you.